Hello and welcome to another Sprues and Brews unboxing. Today we are looking at the latest battle box for Warhammer 40,000, Shadow Throne, a bloody war of Talon and Tendril. Now, as you may be aware, the next couple of codexes that we've got coming out for Warhammer 40,000 are for the Custodes and the Genestealer Cults. And this new battle box is a little appetizer with the Genestealer Cult has been found on Terra. And the Custodes, with their Sisters of Silence allies, have to put an end to this cult and stop the infestation of terror. First of all, massive thanks to Games Workshop for sending this to us a little bit early to do a bit of a review and unboxing with you guys. We've been looking forward to this one very much so. I've got a Genestealer Cult army, and fellow Sprue and Brewer Jay collects Custodes, so yeah, all our Christmases had come early when we saw that this box was coming out. If we flip it over and have a look at the back, we can see we get quite a lot of goodies in here. While model count isn't maybe as high as some other battle boxes we've seen, we do get some really cool stuff in the form of two new character models. So we've got the Adeptus Saboteur for the Genestealer Cults, female demolitions expert basically, she looks really ace, and the Blade Champion, a new hero choice for the Custodes. We also get some hilarious Terminators in there, some Sisters of Silence who can be built with any option really on the box here. They've got them as Witch Seekers. You get a squad of Genestealer Cultists, and you get the frame that has the four characters on, so the Patriarch, the Magos, the Primus, and the Familiars. So yeah, really nice little set, especially if you're maybe looking to start a Genestealer Cult army, you can split it with somebody. Nice little start for a decent force. So let's pop this open and see what we get inside. So we'll take the paper stuff out to one side for now, and we'll have a look at the components. So along with a stack of bases, we get a pile of sprues. Now a lot of this is existing stuff that we've seen before, so we'll quickly have a look at those. So we get Sisters of Silence. Again, nothing different. This is the same one that originally came out with the Horus Heresy set. We get the Genestealer character sprue, so with the Patriarch and everything on. Again, bit of an earlier one, but it's still a really nice kit, especially since you're probably going to want all these guys in your Genestealer Cults army anyway. Less value, I suppose, for an existing Genestealer Cults player maybe on this one, but it's still a nice kit, and there's a good opportunity to convert them up for Crusade or something perhaps. We get the full Genestealer Neophyte kit. Again, the Genestealer Cults range isn't that old really, and this is still a really nice kit with a load of options on there. A couple of nice bits and kits that this is compatible with. We get the hilarious Terminators. Again, not the oldest kit in the world, it's a fairly recent one. Good to see this elite of the elite, I guess, with these guys included in the box. So that's all the old frames that you get in there. But we too actually get two brand new kits for your armies. So first one we've got here. So first one we've got is the new Blade Champion for the Custodes. So this is a brand new character option for Custodian armies, and I've got to say this is a really nice kit. You actually get a couple of different swords because you can pose them in multiple different ways. When we have a look at the assembly instructions a little bit, you'll see that yeah, there's two very different poses you can build out of the same kit, which is really nice. So that's the kind of weapons, and then the main body on here. Again, really nice detailed kit. I'm looking forward to seeing what Jay does with them. We'll hopefully, by the time this video goes out, we'll have painted this box, or a lot of the box, and at the end of the video maybe have a little showcase of the various miniatures once they're done. So that's the new Custodian. Looks really nice. The other cool new model in the box is the Saboteur. She is amazing. She comes with a little separate base that you have like some bombs on. She goes around just blowing stuff up on the battlefield. So again, very much looking forward to getting her built and painted, because she'll be joining my Rusted Claw. Well, we'll also have a quick flick through the assembly manual just to see those new characters and how they go together. Again, if you've built any recent Games Workshop kits, you know the drill with these now. So, the Blade Champion, as you can see, we've actually got two different poses for him, and they both look really, really cool. I think I prefer the one with him holding the sword up, but him kind of swinging around with the sword is a really nice build as well, so that's really cool. As is usually the case, these are the full kits, so any of these with multiple options you can build them as such. So for example, when we get to the Sisters of Silence, it's a full Sisters of Silence kit, so even though they're Witch Seekers on the box, you can build them as any variation that you want, which is really cool. Move on to the Genestealer Cults. We have got the characters. Again, we've seen these before. What is new is the Saboteur. Again, not too difficult, really simple to put together, that one. I'm looking forward to building her and painting her up. She should be really fun. And again, it's the full Neophyte kit, so you can build them in whatever way that you want, with whatever weapon options that you want for your guys. So yeah, really happy with the assortment of models that they've got in the box. So also in the box we get the Shadow Throne supplements. This is a paper-based supplement. It has some lore in there covering the events of the Genestealer Cult, Infiltration of Terror, and some new updated War Scrolls and some Crusade content as well. So have a quick flick through and have a look what's here, because there's some really tasty hints towards the new Custodes and Genestealer Codexes in here. So first of all, the first part of the book talks us through the story of the Genestealers on Terra. So I'm not going into too many spoilers here in case people want to read this themselves, but essentially a Genestealer Cult infestation has been found on Terra, and the Talons of the Emperor, so the combined Custodes and Sisters of Silence, have been dispatched to deal with the Genestealer Cult menace. So that's quite cool from a lore point of view. I do hope alongside these books, when they come out, we get a Crusade supplement as well, because they've been pretty cool, fleshing out some of the narrative events and giving us some more missions. As you get in most codexes, we also get a nice gallery of the miniatures. At the end of the video, I'm going to show off the painted Genestealer Cult models as well from the box, so stay tuned for that. And then yeah, we get a little kind of narrative campaign, couple of missions, and some campaign rules to kind of combine them all together with some different abilities that you can do. So one of the things that they've introduced in here are ruses. So depending on the points thresholds of the armies, you get a different number of ruses that you can use. And there's some different stuff here. So you can put destroyed units back into reserves and bring them out as a new unit. Some fun stuff like that. So nice little thing here you can adapt for your own games, or obviously you'd use these while playing through the events of the missions in the box as well. And speaking of missions, you also get a pair of missions in this box as well to play through the events of the story in the expansion as well. So basically, you've got the Custodes hunting down the Genestealer Cult before coming face to face with the Patriarch itself as they battle to see who will have supremacy. So obviously it's only two missions, so it's quite a short kind of narrative arc that you're playing through. But it's cool, it lets you play with the miniatures in the box and have some fun. So, like I say, I hope this kind of thing gets fleshed out into a full supplement. I think that'd be pretty fun to see, whether it's a Warzone book or a Crusade supplement. I don't know if they are. It'd be cool to see though. That's something I'd quite like to have to flesh out the story in here and see what happens afterwards. We then get some Crusade rules for both the Custodes and the Genestealer Cults. We get some unique battle traits for the Alaris Custodians and the Blade Champion. We get some cool relics. Let's have a look at these now. So for the Blade Champion, you've got martial focus. So each time the model is selected to fight with, if it's within 3 inches of an objective marker or an enemy warlord, you can re-roll hit and wound rolls of 1 for the attacks. Pretty cool. We've got inexorable persecution. So you can ignore any modifiers to move characteristics, advance rolls and charge rolls. And each time a charge roll is made, anything less than a 7 is a 7, so really handy to try and get those charges off. And Champion Exemplar, once per battle, when the model uses an Adeptus Custodes stratagem, the stratagem costs 0 CP. So again, really fun. And then your Alaris Custodians also can get some unique battle traits. So Bane of Champions, each time a model in the unit makes an attack against a character, you can re-roll a wound roll. Really cool. Bellicose, the unit can perform heroic interventions as if it were a character. If another rule would allow this unit to perform a heroic intervention, then it can move 6 inches. Again, pretty nice. And then aggressive heroism. When a unit is within your opponent's deployment zone, add 1 to the attacks characteristic of each model in the unit. That's really cool as well. So some fun stuff. There's a shame there's not any Sisters of Silence ones there. I feel they've been missed out a little bit there. But cool to see that we've got some unique battle traits. So they're essentially your level up upgrades you can take in a crusade. So yeah, really cool. We also get some unique crusade relics as well. So you get an artificer level relic. So Auspice Mantle, the bearer cannot be selected as the target of a ranged attack unless the attacking model is within 12 inches of it. Really, really cool. And then you get a Antiquity relic, Misery's Burden, model equipped with a Misericordia only, it replaces it, and each time the bearer fights it makes an additional attack. On a 2+, it does 2 mortal wounds, so really cool. Extra, splash mortal wounds at the end of the battle, really cool. Likewise for the Genestealer Cults, we also get some battle traits. So the Adeptus Saboteur, the new character model in the box, gets some unique traits. So Resourceful Saboteur, each time the model uses its explosive action, it can use its plant explosives again during the battle. So normally you'd remove it and it's gone. That lets you do it a second time, which is pretty cool. Destructive Genius, each time the model makes a ranged attack against a monster, vehicle or biker, add 1 to their wound roll. Strange one because that doesn't really come into effect in the models in this box, but a cool one to have for your crusade. And then Detonate Mines, once per battle when an enemy unit declares a charge against the model, you can use its fire overwatch stratagem for 0 command points. Each time the model fires overwatch for that shooting attack, change the type characteristic of its remote explosive to heavy 6, and an unmodified hit roll of 4+ is successful. So that's really cool. You do not want to charge here with that off. And then there's a generic kind of Genestealer Cults character trait you can take. Patriarchs can have Forceful Hypnosis. Model always fights first, and each time an attack's made against it, you subtract 1 from the hit roll. Really cool. The Magus, Charismatic Savant. Each time the model attempts to manifest a blessing psychic power, you can re-roll it. And then the Primus, Fluid Tactician. In each of your opponent's charge phases, you can select 1 friendly Cult Core unit within 12 inches. Until the end of the phase, it can do Heroic Intervention as if it were a character. Pretty nice. And again, we get some relics. Artificer 1, Tyrant's End. Replaces an auto pistol. Strength 3, AP -4, damage 3. If a hit is scored and the target's strength is higher than the bearer's, then the attack automatically wounds the target. That is crazy. So yeah, a lot of the Genestealer Cult characters are hitting on 2s anyway. A lot of targets are going to be higher strength than you. So essentially 2+ to hit, auto wounding, AP -4, 3 damage pistol. Really, really good. Obviously it's only got 1 shot, but yeah, really cool. And then an Antiquity relic, Divine Ossian. It replaces a Bone Sword. They gain the Divine Ossian Aura. You select a friendly core cult unit within 6 inches. And until the next command phase, they get objective secured. And basically it's a +2 strength, AP -3, 3 damage Bone Sword again. Really nice item to put on your characters. So yeah, some really fun stuff there. We then get the data sheets now. I will say that this does seem a bit of a preview of what we're going to get in the Genestealer Cults and the Custodes books. You don't get the full rules in here. Equally, we don't get full points in here. There are power values for everything. Like I said at the start of the video, I think it was intended that the Genestealer Cults and Custodes codexes were meant to be coming out today alongside this. Unfortunately, they have been delayed till January, so we've got a little bit more time to wait until we see the full details of what's in here, but we get some cool hints. We do get some rules for the Genestealer Cults Conceal rules, pretty much the same as in the current codex. So you can set them up in ambush, where you put down a blip marker, and at the end of your command phase or your opponent's movement phase, depending on who goes first, you then reveal the blip markers and see what units are there. And then underground basically lets them deploy 9 inches away from enemy units. So very similar to what we've got now. I don't know if that will change in the Genestealer Cults Codex. This suggests maybe not, but it does call out that these rules are just for Shadow Throne, so things may be different in the Codex when it comes out. I imagine profiles will be the same. This stuff might be a little bit different. Speaking of profiles, we've got the new Custodes. So the Blade Champion is the new hero model. He's 7 power. He is really, really cool. He's got a sword he can pick from a number of different abilities. Basically it means that he can tailor his attacks to what he's fighting. So, for example, anti-monster or vehicle 1. Unmodified hits of 4 automatically wound the target. It is strength +2, AP -4, 2 damage. Really cool. Or he's got one for kind of like thinning out units where he gets double the number of attacks when he uses it. Or he gets a kind of anti-character one where he can re-roll the wound roll. It is +1 strength, AP -4 and 3 damage. So lots of options there depending on what he's fighting. Makes him really, really cool. We do see they've got the Martel Guitar rule. That has been talked about a little bit on Warhammer Community. Essentially, it's a number of different abilities that you can pick from each battle round. So again, we'll see the full rules for that within the Custodes Codex. He's got Legacy of Combat, so at the start of the fight phase, if he's within engagement range, it can fight first. It also heroically intervenes 6 inches. So yeah, really, really cool. And each time it makes a heroic intervention, as long as it ends its move either closer to the closest enemy model or within engagement range of an enemy character, it can move up to 6 inches. So yeah, lots of options for him. He looks really, really cool. He's got Martial Inspiration. Each time a friendly shield host unit declares a charge against an enemy unit that is within engagement range, add 1 to their charge roll made for the unit. Really, really cool. Consummate Swordsman. Each time a melee attack is made against this model, an unmodified roll of 1 to 3 always fails. Each time a melee attack is allocated to this model, add 1 to the armor save roll. So essentially, that gives him a 2+ save base, and any 1 to 3s always miss him. So yeah, really, really cool character. I think we'll see a lot of these guys. Again, don't know what the points values are, but he's 7 power. We then get some updated profiles for Witch Seekers. As we'll see in this book, all the various different builds of Sisters of Silence now fill different slots on the Force Organisation chart. And Warhammer have already said that there is going to be a Sisters HQ choice, meaning that finally you can do a full Sisters of Silence army, which I can't wait for because I've wanted to do one of them for ages. It might not be the most effective army, but I'll be able to do it, and that's all that counts. So yeah, Witch Seekers are the flamey version. Again, we got some rules in here. So Daughters of the Abyss is probably going to be their psychic shenanigans where they can't be affected by psychic powers. Again, we'll have to see the full Custodes Codex to see what they do, but otherwise very similar to how they are at the moment. Alaris Custodians have had a bit of an upgrade as well. So the Castellan Axe is better, basically. So strength 4, AP -1, 2 damage. The Custodian Axe +3, -2, 2 damage in close combat as well. So really, really cool. We had a lot of random damage stuff in the past. A lot of the stuff in this little kind of mini supplement has got flat damage now, which is really, really cool to see. I think Slayer's a Tyrant is very similar to what they had in the past. But yeah, pretty cool. Strength 5, toughness 5, 4 wounds, 4 attacks. Leadership 11, all the Custodian stuff is now as well, which is the highest leadership I think we've seen in the game as well. Yeah, they are really, really cool. We then get the Shield Captain, so we get the option of taking another HQ choice using one of those Alaris Terminator models. Again, weapons have been updated a little bit, other than that pretty much the same. Inspirational Fighter, when a friendly shield host core unit is within 6 inches, each time a model in that unit makes an attack, reroll a hit of 1. Worth noting that that is just core, not core a character, so he can't affect himself with that own ability. The Alaris Custodians are core, however. So yeah, I imagine they'll be quite useful to hand out those buffs. Vigilators are now an elite choice. They're the Great Blade Sisters. +2 strength, AP -3, 2 damage. I think they were just strength user in the past, I want to say. So that makes them now strength 5, AP -3, 2 damage, making them really nasty. They can really do some damage to a unit of Space Marines now, which is cool. And then Prosecutors are now a troops choice. They're your basic kind of bolter armed Sisters of Silence. Yeah, the fact that they're now a troops choice makes it so much easier to build a pure Sisters of Silence army as well, which is nice to see. We then have rules for the Praetor as well. So this is the banner bearer out of the Alaris Terminator box. You've got a choice of different Vexillars. This is similar to what we had in the past. We'll run through them. So we've got the Defensor. Units within 6 inches have the benefit of light cover. The Imperious, add 1 to the attacks characteristic of characters or core within 6 inches. And the Magnifica gives core or characters within 6 inches the benefit of dense cover. And your army can only include 1 of each type Vexilla. So you can stack these with multiple ones to get the benefits of different auras. So that's pretty cool. Moving on to the Genestealer Cult side of the box. Minimal changes with the Patriarch. He has gone down a pip of strength, but he has got more wounds now. Patriarch's Claws now do a flat 2 damage rather than D3. So like we mentioned with the Custodian stuff earlier, a lot more flat damage. It's more reliable. You're not going to get stung with those 1s on your D3 roll. He now has a 4+ invulnerable save as well, so that is better than he used to have. And then the Living Idols, which has been reworded to take account for combat attrition, updates it for the current edition of the game. The Primus has also had a little bit of love. He's now got a ballistic skill of 2+, which is really nice to see. The Needle Pistol, I think, now does D3 damage rather than 1 damage, so that's had a bit of an upgrade there. His Cult Demagogue has changed a little bit as well. So while a friendly Cult core unit is within 6 inches, it reroll hits of 1. I think it used to add +1 to the hit roll. And then Meticulous Plan has changed a bit as well. So in your command phase, you select a friendly Cult core unit within 9 inches, and it can reroll wounds of 1. So yeah, that's pretty cool. That was a 1 use only ability and was worded a little bit differently in the previous codex. Magus has also had a bit of a change as well. So both of these have still got the unquestioning loyalty. Now it does say refer to the codex, so that may have changed a little bit compared to how it is currently. However, Spiritual Leader is a lot better now. Basically, it is a 6-inch wound shrug against mortal wounds. So 5+, the wound's not taken. So really cool. So he can sit behind your lines and soak up some mortal wounds. So really, really cool. Neophyte Hybrids, a couple of different little changes here. Main one being they've got a banner now. So in the command phase, the unit regains D6 destroy models. It means that your Genestealer Cult units are going to hang around. Looking on Warcom, it looks like that banner ability is on all the Genestealer units that have access to a banner, meaning that if you don't kill a unit of Genestealer Cultists and they manage to slink away, they will be getting models back and coming back at full strength. So really like that. The Seismic Cannon has had a bit of an upgrade as well. So the 6-shot version is now strength 4. The Shortwave is now 24-inch range as well. They've had additional rend as well, so Shortwave's -2, Long Wave's -1. Again, just makes the weapon a little bit better. The web weapons are really cool now as well. They've changed quite a bit. Basically, instead of making a hit for the attack, you roll a dice. If you beat the target's strength, they take a mortal wound. Really, really cool. So, Harlequins, for example, hit them with a Weber, you get D3 shots, every 4+ does a mortal wound. Really cool. So yeah, I like the look of the web weapons. This makes them a little bit stronger. It depends what you're fighting. Obviously, fighting Custodes in this box, you're really looking for 6s since they've got such a high toughness. But against basic strength 3 stuff, arguably even strength 4 stuff, you've got a 1 in 3 chance of doing a mortal wound each time you shoot it. I quite like that. And then the Adeptus Saboteur is the new character out of the box. This is basically a, I guess, explosive specialist. So they've got a pistol, they've got remote explosives, which is basically a ranged attack, 24 inches, assault 2d3, strength 8, AP -3, 1 damage. You can't target aircraft with it, and when you allocate to a vehicle or a monster, it has a damage characteristic of 3. So assault 2d3, strength 8 shots with 3 damage against vehicles and monsters. Yeah, that's pretty good. AP -3 as well, so that is some really nice anti-tank for the Genestealer Cults. They've also got blasting charges, which is assault D3, strength 5, AP -1, blast grenade. They've also got the trusty demolition charge, grenade D6, strength 8, AP -3, 2 damage. But you can only use it once per battle. They can also put down an explosives marker, and then when an enemy unit comes within 3 inches of it, it blows up and can take some mortal wounds. So on a 4+, the unit suffers 1 mortal wound, or if it's a monster or vehicle, it takes 4 mortal wounds, and then it's removed from the table, the marker. So it's not going to do a load of damage, but it's nice to stick down next to an objective or something and make the opponent have a bit of a difficult decision whether they want to take it. Obviously we've seen the upgrade where they can use that twice as well. Arguably just their standard range attack's better than that anyway, so yeah, there's some cool stuff there. And then Clandestine, when the model is an area terrain feature, enemy models cannot target it with ranged attacks unless within 12 inches. And each time a ranged attack is made, subtract -1 to hit. So yeah, going to be pretty hard to flush out. It's elite choice as well, so see people taking a couple of these to use to try and thin down vehicles, characters, monsters, stuff that maybe you want to take out soon in the game. And just to close out the video, here's a quick look at the models from the Genestealer Cult side of it. So I've collected a Rusted Claw Force for quite a while, so I thought I would expand it using the models in this box, and I've got to say they are really nice models. The Adeptus Saboteur in particular is an awesome model, so if you're a Genestealer Cult fan, you definitely want to paint up one of these. And like I say, this set of characters is probably something you want if you're starting a Genestealer Cult army. Arguably, if you've already got one, you've probably got these already, but there's a good opportunity to convert them up for Crusade as well. So that was a look at Shadow Throne, the latest battle box for Warhammer 40,000. As ever, massive thanks to Games Workshop for sending us this a little early for us to have a look at and paint up to review. If you check out the website, I've also got a full written review of this as well, so check that out. We've also got the Nurgle Maggotkin book up today, so the video and the review for that is also on the website. So if you enjoyed this, why not give us a follow, and yeah, hopefully we'll see you again soon. Have a good weekend.